All right, everyone, welcome to another episode of Madness University. Today's topic is going to be coining. And this is a very interesting one that I knew nothing about when I first got into the hobby. It's all about trying to figure out if the person you're doing a deal with, not in person, actually possesses the card. So, LZ, I know you wanted to kick this one off. What's coining? What's that all about?
Yeah, Nick, it's really important for people. I think on both sides, if you're purchasing or if you're buying and it just covers both sides of it. So, um, if you are trying to sell something, maybe on a Facebook group or even Instagram, you might get someone who comes back and says to you after you send them a picture of the card, like, can you coin that for me? And some of you might be like, well, I don't know, what the heck does coining mean? And what coining means is you're trying to prove to the buyer that you actually have this card in your possession. Okay. And what you will see is you'll see people take a picture and they will put an actual coin with the picture. Um, so people use coins, they use other props. Um, they're really nice, fancy coins, and Nick will tell you about his. I actually have a nice one too that Nick purchased for me as a gift. But I'm not going to steal his thunder on that. Um, but you see actual coins. You also see people maybe put an index card next to the card itself with their name, their date. And then in some cases, you'll actually see people take a video like, hey, this is LZ, this is the date, here's my card, and here's the front and back. And that just gives the buyer reassurances that I actually have this card and I didn't steal it off of an Instagram or a maybe an eBay posting and I'm trying to dupe you. So that is what coining is. You don't have to keep it simple, everybody, especially if you're just starting out. Index cards fine, videos fine. Um, that's what coining is. Nick, what else do you want to add to the coining topic?
So one thing I want to say is coining is not perfect. Just because they possess the card doesn't mean they're going to send you the card. So you always want to have the trust there, get references for people they've dealt with. I think I've recommended this in our very first episode of the pod, where you've got friends probably all over the country, or hopefully you do, or family members. If they're near somebody, have them meet them in person, somebody that you trust. And if they actually possess the card, it won't be a waste of time, and then they can meet with them, do the deal, and then send you the card. So it saves a little bit of headache, but at least you know they have it. So that's the key with coining. Now, you can kind of kick it up a notch because there are some things to watch out for. Photoshop exists, right? So I don't love post-its because it does not take a really high degree of skill to just wash out the yellow and like write a new date or a new name. I
Mm-hmm.
don't love that. If you get a post-it, I want you to take a couple additional steps that I'll outline here. Um, the thing that I do, it's a little bit of overkill, but I do this for high-end cards, is I actually ask for a video, and I asked for a video with them spinning the card. And while they spin it, they say today's date and time. That is impossible to fake. It's like absolutely impossible. And then I feel really good about it. They're a little bit annoyed at that point, but I don't care. If you're going to send money first, which is typically how card deals work, um,
Mm-hmm.
I want the proof. So I'll show the audience real quick. For the ones on audio, I don't know if you're John Wick fans, but they have gold coins as currency in those movies. And for the people on YouTube, I've obviously got like a gold coin here, a John Wick gold coin. Not too many people have this. So what I'll typically do is I'll put this over the card and I'll take a picture of the card. And I mean, yeah, somebody might have this coin from somewhere, but it's pretty unlikely. So that, along with a post-it note, I feel pretty good about showing proof that I own the card. So that's actually where coining originally got its term. People will get like a coin, they'll put it on the date side up. So it's like a 1954 certain penny, right? You put that on the card and that's like your stamp. But now coining today just means show proof. And you could do it a number of ways. So, like I said, beware of Photoshop. What you'll see a lot with the fraudsters. They'll hold up a card just with their fingers, or they'll take a picture of a card they stole. It'll be like a little grainy, and just never, ever, ever send money to those people until you've got
Mhm.
a reference, and B, something a little bit better in terms of a stamp that they own it.
Trust the hair on the back of your neck.
Mm.
Trust your gut, right? If things are grainy, ask for another picture if things are grainy. All right.
Yeah,
So,
you're
yeah.
sending them money. You have the right to
Yeah.
get a good picture,
Hmm.
for
Yes.
sure.
And
I think,
if the seller gets offended, that's just, well, that's their problem, number one. And number two, that should be a red flag
yeah,
unto itself as well.
absolutely. If they're
Yeah.
not willing to give you a very simple 3-second piece of information for you to send them money, don't do the deal, even if they have
Hmm.
references.
Right.
Cool.
All
All right.
right.
That's coining. So, yeah, hopefully that's helpful and saves some pain because both me and LC have been burned before, believe it or not, when we get
Hmm.
started in the hobby. So hopefully this saves you
Hmm.
some trouble. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Bye, everyone.